Hey, what's up, guys? This is Smokey, and yeah, man, it's been a very, very long time since you guys heard from me, and sorry I couldn't put out something out there before, but I pretty much moved into a new place. A lot of things have been going on with my real life. I moved to a new place. I got a new computer, so I finally got my machine. I just recently, it was yesterday, I just, finally got down to, installing all my programs, Adobe After Effects, Photoshop, Illustrator, and all that good stuff. So now it's all about just, me starting to take time out of my schedule to, put out some awesome good pieces, and I'm very excited. I actually even haven't been gaming. Yesterday was the first time, I actually sat down for a good 2-3 hours and actually did a little gaming. I was really fiending for that. So yeah, man, I've just been busy. I've pretty much been moving all week. Finally, this past weekend, I finally got everything moved into the new place, and I also got internet last week. So that's why you guys haven't, heard from me in a while. And I just want to apologize that I didn't leave you guys with any kind of update or as to what happened. And also, I did get like about 2 or 3 subscribers. I just want to say welcome, guys. Sorry you guys came on the pretty much the wrong time. I moved, and you guys didn't know anything about as to where I was. So, but it doesn't matter now. I am back, and it's time to really start making videos. And actually, since I got this new awesome computer, I'm not sure if you guys go on tigerdirect.com, any of you guys. If you know, I got that one sale for the Acer Predator G series. Yes, man, this computer's nice. I mean, it's not the ultra super computer because, I didn't have that much money to work with, but I got something that'll, where I can actually really do something and, start using all kinds of the crazy effects that Adobe After Effects gives you. So, also, sorry, I didn't write anything down. I usually don't write anything down when I do these voiceovers, but I just got home from work, and I just decided to, and sorry for that, it's summer now, and all these little bikes are out here, and anyways, one thing, I haven't talked about UFC in a while, so there haven't been any late events here. This is actually the first gap in a long time where UFC doesn't have an event. Although the first episode of Ultimate Fighter was on last week, and one second, very sorry. But anyways, sorry, my voice was getting a little tingly there, so I had to drink some water. But the Ultimate Fighter Live, the first episode was last Friday. It was pretty good. A lot of fights. There was 16 fights. Each fight was 1 5-minute round, and there was a lot of good finishes there. There's a lot of potential there. I'm happy to really start watching the show and see what happens. But on other notes, though, with the UFC and the MMA world, I will talk about UFC 144. That was a pretty crazy event all the way in Japan. It was long. I mean, I know me because I always, pretty much me and my 2 other cousins, we're like real close, and we love MMA. We've been watching UFC since the old days, so we always watch the events together. And we watched UFC 144 in Japan, and it was so long, it took all day. Like, we watch, Facebook prelims, we watched it all. So, and it was a pretty cool event. I mean, there was a lot of there were some shockers there. I'm very disappointed, although I'm always a Rampage fan. He's one of my favorite fighters, and I was just shocked on how bad his performance was. He didn't do much at all, man, and it kind of sucked. But he only did his one slam on Ryan Bader, which I was really shocked that Ryan Bader was not injured on that slam, because he really fell on his shoulder and neck really bad. I mean, it was one of the old school Pride Rampage slams, and but that was the only thing that Rampage did. After the post-fight interviews, Rampage was saying he was injured, and he was also taking darn it, just did a brain fart there. He was taking some there it is, testosterone replacement, and he was doing that. But yeah, I mean, in the end, Ryan Bader won. He just kept taking Rampage down and sitting there. He had a couple good shots, a couple little good ground and pound shots, but he just kept taking down Rampage, and he irked out the victory there, as a typical wrestler. But I'm not gonna hate on Ryan Bader. He did what he had to do. If he really stood in front of Rampage, he definitely would have lost. So, but yeah, there was that fight, and then also the main event fight, which was very controversial. Yes, very controversial. But I mean, I thought Ben Henderson was going to do even a more crazier performance, but he pretty much did what he had to do, and he really kicked a lot, which I was surprised. I thought Henderson wasn't going to kick that much, since Edgar's a wrestler, and Edgar was probably looking to catch a lot of his kicks. And it was funny because he caught a lot of his kicks. I mean, a lot of his kicks. But the only thing was that Ben Henderson's legs are pretty long and lengthy, and every time Edgar caught a kick, he would just stand there, and Edgar, it was kind of like Edgar didn't know what to do. He would just catch his kick and just kind of stare at Henderson, and it was pretty funny. I mean, it was very funny. But yeah, but although Henderson was still throwing kicks, and the kicks were landing as well, and yeah, I mean, Henderson really did. Well, of course, he did the most damage. I mean, Edgar, kind of did this. He landed a couple takedowns, but in my opinion, I mean, Edgar was taking Henderson down a couple times. But the whole thing was that Edgar wasn't doing anything. Edgar didn't even pass his guard or anything. He would just take him down and lay there, and 3 seconds after, Henderson is back up. So in my point of view, I mean, I understand with the takedowns, they're worth a lot of points and whatnot, but I mean, Henderson was popping right back up, and Edgar was doing nothing. So, I mean, to me, in my opinion, Henderson won the fight, but it's all good, everyone. Whoever thinks Edgar won the fight, I mean, I know Dana White thought he won the fight, but really, I mean, if it's actually set on paper that there is going to be another rematch, and I can't wait to see that rematch. I'm hoping it's going to be like when Edgar fought BJ Penn, where Henderson's going to even do more damage and maybe even finish Edgar. So then, Edgar can go down to 145, which I would like to see that, man. I mean, I would love to see Edgar fight Aldo. That would be the biggest test for Aldo. And, I mean, Edgar, and pretty much a big test for Edgar, but I think Edgar could definitely get Aldo for sure. I mean, after seeing Aldo fight Mark Hominick, Edgar definitely could do it. I mean, so we'll just have to see about that. But yeah, I mean, that was UFC 144, the co-main event and the main event. But and also, what was the other fight? That's right, Fabricio Werdum and Roy Nelson. That was another fight. I was really surprised on how improved Fabricio's stand-up is. I mean, his stand-up looked like old school jukebox, and it's really nice. And you know, I would definitely like to see more fights of Verdum, and see maybe we can see that rematch of Verdum and Dos Santos. That would be pretty interesting and a pretty good, you know, main event to sell off of. So yeah, I mean, that happened, and also a fight night happened right after, which once again, sorry, my voice is, you know, I mean, at work I was, you know, talking, and you know, my voice is kind of shot right now, so I'm going to take another drink, so bear with me 1 second.
It's time to start preparing for the fight. For now,
anyways, it was fight night. It was Martin Kampmann versus Diego Sanchez, and you know, this has happened a couple times now, and I'm getting kind of mad because, I mean, Dana White says, oh yeah, you know, all the main event fights are going to be 5 rounds, but they haven't yet. And that was one fight that should have been 5 rounds, because if it was 5 rounds, actually, you know what? I have everything mixed up. Very sorry, guys. It was actually Martin Kampmann and Thiago Alves, which that should have been 5 rounds. But the one before it I was talking about was Ellenberger and Diego Sanchez. And yeah, I'm pissed that that fight happened. And then once again, in the Martin Kampmann Thiago Alves fight night, once again that fight was only 3 rounds, and I'm like, come on. But the only good thing about that was toward the end, although in that one I really was liking Thiago Alves in that fight. I mean, we were seeing the old school Thiago Alves that was going on an 8-fight win streak and went to fight GSP. And you know, Thiago Alves looked really good, but he made this really amateur, stupid mistake and went for the takedown toward the end of the fight. It was 3rd round. He had the fight won. I mean, he went for a takedown, and Kampmann saw his neck and dove for the guillotine, and got him. And I mean, props to Martin Kampmann. He's another one of my favorite fighters I like seeing to fight. You know, he's a pretty well-rounded fighter. And yeah, I mean, it proves it right there. He was getting beat, and one little split second, one little bad decision, and he capitalized and he won the fight. And you know, props to Kampmann for that. But I mean, Thiago Alves, I'm sure he'll be back, and he won't probably do the same thing again. But yeah, Alves was looking really good. He was really beating Martin Kampmann, but it's just like, wow. And sorry, I probably sound like, you know, I'm stuffed up, but yeah, I mean, my allergies are pretty bad. So, you know, it's spring, the season's changing, and my allergies are acting up. So that's for that. But yeah, you know, I think that'll be it for now. I just wanted to put this out really quick, put this video, and this is, of course, part 3 of the career mode. I'm gonna really start hammering these videos out now for you guys. And you know, welcome to the new subscribers. Sorry for the old ones for not saying anything. You know, that I had to move and I was gonna be out of action for a while, but it's all good now, peoples. I'm here. I'm back. I have a new computer, so I'm definitely gonna be making really cool videos for you guys. And yeah, start putting out more UFC Undisputed 3 out there. And also, I'm gonna be live streaming, so staying in tune for that. And yeah, and I'm also gonna start going back to playing Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies as well. So, you know, be on the lookout for that. And you know, thanks for watching. And I hope you enjoy the 3rd part of the career mode. And I'm sure after this part now, I'll start getting into, you know, fighting. You know, because right now you just see me create my guy. So, you know. And yes, I do have a big cranium. So, you know, Theo, I know you were sitting there saying I had a huge cranium. So, but anyways, you know, enjoy, guys. And this is Smokey, And I will see you guys later. Like and subscribe if you like. Peace.